What's up, y'all? It's Anna. Welcome back to my channel. We about to get into Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 8, Deny, Deny, Deny. Child, this was a mess. Let's just start off with Indy and Harry. So, Harry waltzes his ass into Carla's house. He say he spoke to Indy in about a week, and they spark up a blunt and talk about what's going on between Harry and Indy. And the fact that you smoking on camera, I'm pretty sure that you not supposed to be smoking right now. But you don't give a shit, neither do I. So he get to just basically talking shit about Indy. And I'm kind of getting tired of him and his sister Carla. Because Lydia been okay. But I don't like how they treat and speak on Indy as if she is the fucked up one. Because your brother, Indy, is fucked up too. But let's not get it twisted like your brother ain't got some screws loose. Like, let's be real. Because I didn't even like the fact that somewhere down the line of the conversation, she gonna say, oh, so you done with her? And I didn't like the phrasing. You could have just said, oh, so y'all done, y'all breaking up. It was the you done with her, as if I just didn't like it. Because she the one that need to be done with his bum ass. Because he's a fucking bum. And he got the nerve to be talking to people crazy. They go back and forth between Indy and Harry at his sister's house. We flip over to Indy, and she on a virtual session with her psychic. And the psychic is telling her she needs to take the reins and she needs to speak up for herself. And she decides that she wants to do that. And she says she right. I need to stop letting him run over me because I uprooted my life for him. And it's just like, yes. He ain't wrong. You should have known better, but I feel like he needs to shut the fuck up. Like, right message, wrong messenger. You be quiet because you ain't no better, Harry. And this is how we know your ass ain't no better, because then his PO call and he like, bruh, if I got to tell you one more time to be where I told your ass to be, I'm going to put a warrant out for your arrest and then I'm going to take your ass back to jail. Talk to you later. So, he got to get right and gone over to Lydia's house before he end his ass up back in jail. And the way he's in the confessional saying like, yeah, I need to get back over here because ain't nobody finna send me back to jail. And it's just like, have that aggression for, go look in the mirror and say that shit, little tough ass nigga. Like, what do you mean? You saying that as if that's Indy's fault that you not over there. You haven't been over there from day one. You ain't spent the night at your sister's house. Where the fuck you paroled to? So, how dare you sit up here and try to insinuate that Indy is the reason why you ain't at your sister's house? Like, get your goofy ass out of here with that shit, Harry. So, he gets to Lydia's house. And he and Indy end up sitting down having a conversation. And she like, you know, where you been? Like, you been with Shorty? And he like, I don't want to talk about that. And she like, why not? He like, because I'm worried about this relationship. And she like, what relationship? Not the one right here. You clearly ain't been worried about me because your ass ain't been here. Like, you ain't did nothing for me. You ain't kept up on your promises. You ain't did nothing solo with Coco. I'm like, oh, pump your brakes, Indy. That's not his baby. Like, he probably barely is seeing the one that we met a couple of episodes ago. So, I don't know why. Like, that's not her daddy. Like, you really need to chill with, like, forcing a relationship between that man and your child, because that's not her daddy. And that's not fair to that little baby, because he's not gonna be in her life. Harry's not gonna be there. So why even force that type of bond between them when it's not gonna work out? You know it's not gonna work out. So then, like, I'm not even finna go through this back and forth. Nigga, why do you think somebody owe you some compensation around this piece. Like, please let me know. Why do somebody got to have consideration for your jailbird ass? For what? Don't nobody owe you shit. You got you in jail. You still doing goofy ass shit that's gonna get your ass back in jail. So why should somebody have consideration for you? Who are you? Who are you, bro? You ain't special. You lucky that a motherfucker is even allowing you to come into their house when they know that you still ain't shit. Like, let's keep it real. You're not shit. And it's extremely audacious for you to think that somebody owes you the consideration that you don't even give. Fuck out of here. Like, don't nobody owe you shit. He arguing with Indy, then on top of that, you pussy. Because why can't you just be man enough and say, go home, I don't want you to be here? Like, what is it? Harry, you can get the fuck out of my face with your ignorant ass. Indy, you need to go home and stop letting that punk ass nigga talk to you any kind of way. Because he wouldn't be talking to me like that. Because I'm the reason he probably got the clothes on his back and the phone he had to even get in contact with Terry. Then as she walking up the stairs, he gonna say, at least she listens. Like you, that's where you need to be. Cause she goofy as hell too. Thinking that she finna get something different out of you. Like, that ain't finna be nothing but a toxic ass relationship. She's just gonna be going upside your head. That's all. Here, get the fuck out of my face. Like, you a bum, bro. Like, you a real live bum out here that thinks somebody owe them something, and for what? Help me understand. Fuck out of here. Moving on. Let's get into Chazz and Branwin. Chaz, this was so funny because she had just got through telling him that, what's the man name? I didn't catch the name of the man that Chazz Branwin is staying with. But it's either Steve or Mike. I'm going to go with Mike because that's what I wrote down. And she said, Mike said ain't no hanky-panky in his house. And Chazz think that somebody is supposed to give leniency to his 50-year-old ass to have awkward, weird-ass sex with his wife that just got out of prison. Like, ain't nobody on that, bro. Don't nobody want to hear that. It's probably going to be quick regardless. But that man said ain't no sex in his house. He said, matter of fact, I don't want anybody in my house. They're sitting down on the couch together. And, he going over the ground rules. He's like, I don't want you, smoking. I want you to be completely clean and sober. And I don't want nobody in my house. Like, ever. And then he looking at Chazz like, so when are you leaving? Because when I said I didn't want nobody in my house, I meant that I actually didn't expect for you to be in my house when I got here. Following up behind her as y'all come out the bedroom, like, no, that's what we not doing. You don't get your weird ass on. So he takes his ass back to the hotel and he calls his sister. And he explains to his sister, Crystal, that she gets paroled to Mike's house because it's a transitional period. And she'll be able to parole to Chazz's house in about 4 months after she finishes up her sentence. So the sister like, well, within that time, you don't really know what's going on. And he like, yeah, I hope he don't try to make a pass at her. But, I trust her and I don't think anything is going to happen. Meanwhile, Branwin is laying up in the bed and she done called Aaron. I said, bitch, I knew your ass went up to no good. Don't you know no good? This bitch calls him and like, she asking him, why did you come up to the jail? Like, Chazz is not the kind of guy that understands paying your respect. So, like, why you do that? And he like, where did you get Buddy from? Like, he not your type. And I already know you. And this ain't finna work out. And he steady telling her all of this, and he told her 2-3 times, oh, I care about you, and, you know, I love you, and I just don't want you to make a mistake. Long story short, by the end of that conversation, she ends up saying in her confessional, she tells us that all that jail talk was cute while she was in there. But when she got out, and being married immediately after she got out, now she's overwhelmed. I'm like, oh, bitch, that's real convenient. That is now overwhelming. And I find it real convenient that you call him. And now you talking about, I love him. And I believe she was talking about Aaron when she said that. And she said it's just so confusing. Child, I knew when he had his ass at the jail that y'all wasn't done. Like, the only motherfucker that don't see it is Chazz. And that's real unfortunate. Moving on. Let's get into another ignorant ass motherfucker that thinks somebody owe him some shit. Martell and Kayla. So, Martell is on her way to the halfway house to pick him up. And she overslept. She was supposed to get there at about 10 o'clock. And she ended up getting there at around 10:40. So, he's standing in the parking lot looking silly as hell. And she get out the car and she's like, I'm sorry. And he just standing there looking at her. And she like, you know, I'm sorry I'm late. I overslept. I don't know how I end up oversleeping. I'm just real tired. I'm exhausted right now, but I'm here. And she like, I know he gonna be mad. Like, I understand that. And I understand you being upset that somebody is late to pick you up. However, this nigga got a whole attitude, barely want to hug her and kiss her. And they get in the car and he says, you know, it's disrespectful to show up late to a meeting. And I'm like, nigga, do this look like a fucking meeting? This is not a meeting. This is you getting picked up from the halfway house. Like, what did you niggas not understand? And I'm sure Martell has a plethora of bitches that would have came and picked his ass up. But for you to be treating the one that waited for your ass for 13 years like that, because none of them other bitches waited on your ass. They let your ass be where you was at, because I guarantee you, you weren't only fucking with Kayla when you went to jail. I don't like how he do her. I don't like his attitude. He's really ungrateful, and it's just like, the nerve of you niggas. Like somebody owe you some shit. Like, who taught you that? Yo, coddling ass mammy. Clearly. Because you niggas think that somebody is supposed to bow down to y'all and give y'all respect when you haven't even earned that shit. Like, nigga, you been in jail. You ain't did shit for me. I've done all of this for you. I got you some clothes. Like, you can always back it up and say, oh, you know, my niggas was gonna do that for me anyway. But you're not gonna tell me that Kayla ain't holding down. Because who the fuck was you gonna stay with other than your mama? Because you can't go to them niggas' house. And them bitches ain't finna let you probably lay up in their house, because they got sense. They gonna fuck on you, and then they gonna get the fuck gone. Because they know what type of nigga you is. Kayla just a damn fool. So then he gets in the car, and she like, you know, what you want to do today? I'm thinking breakfast, and, you know, we can make a whole day of it. See if they got little other events around the spot that we getting breakfast at. And this nigga gonna say some... He actually didn't say anything. She's just talking, and he's not listening. So she like, what do you want to do today? He like, I want to go to the strip club, and I want to get a bottle. And I'm just like, you still on the same shit. Like, Kayla, go back to Pittsburgh, dear. Because he's still trying to be out here in the streets. Like, fuck is you going to the strip club for? You don't have any fucking money to throw at these bitches. Like, how weak is that to have somebody give you some money? So, like, I'm sorry. Like, y'all niggas be thinking that shit is cold, and it's not. It's not. Ugh. That shit makes me sick. I can't stand a man that'll live off a woman, but at the same time disrespect her. Like, that is so audacious to me. Like, I don't understand that. And I don't have no respect for niggas like that. I'm sorry, I'm dropping the N-word so much, but they blew me this episode. So, his friend E-Dub called, and he like, yeah, I'll be there at 11:30. Mind you, it's already 11 o'clock. Because she was late to pick him up. He like, yeah, she was late picking me up, so I'll be there around 11:30. He already made plans. He like, I'm going to get a haircut. She like, a haircut? And he like, yeah. And she like, I'm hungry. And he just was like, well, I don't really know what to tell you. I'm going to get a haircut. I ain't seen my mans in some years. And it's just like, what? Y'all in her car, bro. So then he gets out of the car and tells her, yeah, she ain't going in. She can stay in the car, so y'all can do what y'all gonna do. And he just dips. And she like, you know what? I'm getting real sick and tired of the disrespect around this mug. And then she skirted off. And I'm just like, I ain't mad at you. And I hope that was the last goddamn day that you talked to his ass. Lacey and Antoine. I'm sick of them. Antoine is in his feelings as they leave the dealership. Lacey is on some trying to be cute and go, I guess on a cliff where they can, look off of the cliffs and see the city. And he like, I'm ready to go to the crib. Like, I'm not on this at all. And she like, what you mean? Like, I thought this would be nice. And he was like, I had a long day. You just finessed me with this car shit. So I'm really just ready to take it on in the house. And she like, you being an asshole right now. And he just like, I really don't give a fuck. Like, I feel like you finessed me. And it is what it is. I want to go home. So they get home. And now that this nigga got an attitude, he wants to pick up the letters that she sent him. I forgot that she did this stupid, goofy shit. Like, Lacey wrote letters pretending to be another person. And she thought he was stupid enough to believe the shit. But if you gonna be writing letters, then you need to hide anything that got your signature and your handwriting on it. Like, you thought he was really that stupid that he wasn't gonna put two and two together and know that was you? Like, come on, Lacey. So the producers, I just want to know why he bringing it up now. Because shortly after that, the producers asked him if he would tell her if he was cheating, because she done put him out of the bedroom, and he gonna sleep on the couch. And he said, no, I would never tell her. You supposed to deny. And he said she believed whatever I tell her. Like, she thinks she got the game fucked up, but she gonna find out. And I said, no, she gonna find out. Oh, he didn't say that. He said she don't even know it. But tomato. Like, she don't even know it and she gonna find out is one and the same in my eyes. Like, his mammy was drunk. But she was drunk, man. Tell no tales, dear. She was trying to let you know he ain't shit. I'm not lying to you. I birthed him. He wasn't shit when I birthed him. So he definitely ain't shit now. He been in jail his whole 20s. Like, ma'am, you 38. What are we doing? I'm sorry. They be blowing the shit out of me. Chance and Taylor. He want to get engaged to Taylor. And I'm just like, I guess. I don't think it's a good idea, but We're gonna do what we want to do, right? He meet up with an old friend named Randy, and Randy know him for his works. And Randy said that he already seen Chance in relationships before, and he's real possessive. He always want to know what they doing, where they at, who they with, what time they coming home. Like, but Randy is here for moral support. Chance said he got a job 2 weeks ago, getting $20 an hour, and his budget is $5.50. So he ended up, getting her a little ring, and Randy don't think it's a good idea, but Chance gonna do what he want to do anyway. He ends up getting home, and Taylor's in the bed hollering in pain, and she's holding her side. So at first, they Googling shit to see if they can figure out what's wrong with her. So they think it's pregnancy or appendix. I'm thinking it's her appendix done burst or was about to burst. So they go to the hospital. Long story short, they do the test, and it's nothing serious. She has an infection. She had to get a shot in her butt because she had a damn infection from having too much sex. And I ended up looking it up. Give me 1 second. Because I don't understand. Because the way Taylor explained it, she said, doing too many positions and having too much rough sex can cause an infection. And I'm just like, that didn't sound right to me. I looked it up. And Google says, if your sexual arousal is low or you rush into things without giving yourself time to warm up, you may experience a little more friction than normal. That friction can result in tiny microscopic tears in the vagina, which can cause pain and discomfort. In some cases, it may even lead to infection. So, y'all having this rough, dry ass sex. That's what that says to me. You letting this man run up in you dry when you're not ready, and he gave you tears in your vagina, and you had to get a shot in your ass because it was causing you sharp pains on your side. Like, did y'all go get tested before you let him run up in you? Because I know y'all fucking raw. Did y'all go get tested, Taylor? Please tell me. Please lubricate yourself. Like, both of y'all should be old enough to know this. Like, you gotta warm that shit up first. You can't just be, like, you not just finna be running up in me and she ain't ready. I'm sorry. Like, we're not doing that. It's not giving that. Y'all too old, and it makes me feel away, but we already know that Chance is abusive. So I can imagine that they is having some weird ass, rough ass sex, and he choking her up, but she low key like that shit. But she's also scared at the same time. That's why she ain't wet. Child, I'm sorry. Who else? Rick and Radine, child. So Rick done asked his friend if he could use his backyard so he could woo Radine. And Radine come over and she like, I don't like surprises. Like, what's going on? And he had some rose petals laid out, had the jacuzzi going. I think he had some, he probably didn't have no drinks for them because she ain't supposed to be drinking. So, yeah, it was a vibe. And, she went and changed into her swimming suit, and he just getting all hot and bothered, and he thinks she's so sexy, and her whole body language always says that she is not feeling you like you feeling her. They in the hot tub, and he kissing all on her, and she is not, like, reveling. Like, when I'm getting kissed on, like, I'm all in it. Like, you can see it on my face, head back, like, she is on some, I wish he would hurry up and stop kissing on me, because this is very uncomfortable. And then he gets to rubbing her feet and try to put her feet in his mouth, and she like, nah, I'm not with that, bro. Like, we good. Get my feet out your mouth. Like, we not doing that. Then she tries to convince herself, because she's not convincing us, that she's attracted to Rick because he has nice eyes. He has nice green eyes. But then she also says he has an old body. So I'm just like, girl, it's written all over your face that you don't see it for that man. I'm sorry, y'all. Can I say it? I can say it. Radine is a lesbian. That's what it's giving. She's giving me lesbian tease. She's giving me, I'm only fucking with men because, like, Ray is a beard at this point because I ain't fully came out the closet because my daddy ain't fully with it. Like, I've been saying that. I just ain't verbalized it because I ain't want nobody to feel away, but that woman is a lesbian. And Rick won't let her be one. She really don't want to have sex with you. Like, she really just want to be your friend. And you get her money and shit. But she not trying to have sex with you. So he gets back to the crib. And Ramona like, what's up? Like, you know, how's everything going? Where's Radine? I thought I would see her a lot more around here. And he making excuses for her. And she like, look, if it was me and I ain't seen my man in 4 years, we'd be getting it in all day long. I would be up under him all day long. And Rick is like, yeah, I know. And she like, that's not a red flag to you? Because that's a big red flag to me. And then he tries to say, well, you should just see her and I together. And it's just like, yeah, she got to be around for me to see y'all together. And I'm just like, oh, she giving it to her. You better go ahead, Ramona. I ain't mad at you. Tell your friend that he's being a dumbass. And he needs to let this go. Because we gonna flip on over to Miss Radine herself. She goes to a coffee shop. And she having a damn conniption. Because she ain't heard from Kay. Kay apparently has been transferred to their city. To another penitentiary. And that's the reason why she hasn't talked to her, and she hasn't talked to her in a couple of days. And Radine is missing her. And she going crazy, and she just need to hear her voice. Child, Radine got on their phone and called that facility. And the facility said, you know, what you need. And she like, yeah, I'm calling to see about my wife, Kay, bleep. And they said, y'all, you're gonna have to call back Monday. And the producer said, did you just say your wife? And I'm like, I thought about that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not capping right now. I thought about that, but I just didn't think it was possible for two inmates to get married in jail. Let's look it up. Before my phone died. The marriage of two imprisoned persons is prohibited under the rules. An inmate wishing to be married must submit a written request to the chief administrative officer a minimum of 30 days before the requested date of the ceremony. All costs associated will be with the wedding are the inmate's responsibility. That's for Illinois. Now that same-sex marriage is legal in every state, inmates incarcerated at the same facility can marry each other, but they have to go through a process and meet certain... Well, I'll be goddamn. All right, you can hang it up. It's a wrap. We can wrap that. We done for the day. Oh, man. Gotta say, I was married, bitch. And I really don't give a damn about what Rick got going on. I need to talk to my wife. Child. The producer asked her if she gonna tell Rick. And she got this silly ass smirk on her face. And she like, I don't really want to tell him. And I'm just like... Yo, this shit is wild, man. Like, this shit is really wild, and I can't. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know what you thought about the review. Let me know who you thought was the most audacious in this episode. That's the word of the day, obviously. And that's it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.